Hi everyone, it's Julie here. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the full moon and an allegory about the full moon. I have always loved the full moon. In fact, today was a full moon and I got up really early this morning, so I got a chance to see the beautiful full moon. And I've always had a passion for the full moon. When I was a little girl, I used to sneak out at night and lay in the field and watch the full moon. It was like this big, beautiful, bright pearl in the dark sky. And as I became a Christian, I would sit out in the full moon and just talk to God and enjoy his beautiful creation. And one time he spoke to me and it kind of gave me this allegory that we are like the full moon in the sense that the moon in and of itself is just a ball of dust and dirt and has no beauty in itself. But the sun, when it shines on it, it illuminates it and makes it beautiful. But what we see is actually the sun's beauty coming from the moon. And it's a little bit like us. God formed us from the dust of the earth. And when the fall happened, we lost that connection with God. And so we have brokenness, we have pain, we have suffering, we have what we call sin. And so now we've lost that connection and that beauty. But Jesus Christ came and he gave his life for us, and he is the Son of God. And when we allow God's Son into our lives, we have that beauty again, that reflection of God in our lives. And he reflects his light on us. And so we can become like the moon in the sense that it's not a beauty of ourselves, but it's a beauty of God reflecting to the world love and joy and peace and just that beauty of God's nature and his character. And so, and the other thing too is with the full moon, when we see the full moon, it's because the earth is no longer blocking the moon. When we see just a sliver of the moon, it's because the earth comes between the sun and the moon, and so that we only see a sliver of it. But it's kind of like our lives, as Christians, as followers of Jesus, we can allow the things of this world to block God's light from coming into our lives. And that can be like the worries of the world or the temptations or the pleasures of the world or just distractions of the world itself. And so those things come and block the light of God in our lives. And so the more we remove those and allow God's focus to come into our lives, we can reflect more the beauty and the light of God to this world. And another thing too about the full moon is the moon in general, but the full moon especially is, when it's dark at night, we don't know the sun is there, it's gone, but we do know the sun's still shining because we see its reflection from the moon. And so in this world where people don't even know God exists or haven't met God or don't know about God, we have the pleasure of reflecting God to them by being that full moon, in a sense, of reflecting God's nature and so that they know that God exists and we can be a light to them in this dark place. And I just want to say that if you don't know Jesus Christ, you can come to know. He seeks you. He wants to know you, and he wants to flood your life with light and joy and beauty. And so I just want to encourage you in that. As followers of Jesus Christ, let us be full moons. Let's remove the things of the world that distract and hinder our lives from being a light into this dark world. And if you don't know Jesus, he is there for you, and he is beautiful. God bless.